Welcome back. I know it's a little blank. Thought we had a Battle of the Belts 2 thing, but we don't. It's all right. It's your boy Ron, and we're going over here to review AEW's Battle of the Belts 2. Disappointment on face, you can see. Was it worse than first Battle of the Belts? That is a tough call. I mean, the wrestling was really, really good. The fans really weren't into it. Although this was pre-taped, so they did come up with a fantastic rampage into this. So it was a little bit more difficult. Well, let's jump into it. The first match was Sammy Guevara taking on Scorpio Sky for the TNT Championship. Also, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff while we're here. But yes, he took on Scorpio Sky, and the fans booed Sammy when he came out. Pretty sure they booed Scorpio sometimes. They also cheered him. There was really just a dead crowd. And again, this came after that Hangman, Adam Page, and Adam Cole match, which was phenomenal. So maybe that was it, or people really don't like Sammy Guevara in this role. But as the title says, the new Cody is here, and the new Cody and Brandy, I should say, are here. And it is in the form of Ty Conti and Sammy Guevara. And why is this? Because everyone boos him. I'm assuming he's going to turn heel. I'm assuming that's what's going to happen here. But he took on the role of Cody Rhodes when Cody Rhodes left. Because it's supposed to be Cody and Brandy taking on Paige Van Zant and Scorpio Sky or Ethan Page or whatever it may be. But we get a crowd really not into it. They had some moves they were into. They were cheering Scorpio for a little bit, like I said. But it was just, it kind of fell flat with the fan part of it. But the wrestling was great as always. You had distractions left and right. At one point, Sammy was going for, I'm assuming it was the 450. Pretty sure it was a 450. And Ethan Page runs down out of nowhere, pulls Scorpio up. The ref doesn't say anything, which again, kind of weird. Then Ty gets in his face. They go back and forth. They go back into the ring. They're fighting back and forth. Down comes Paige Van Zant at one point when they motion down to her and her and Ty were going at it. And then it turned into Scorpio getting ready to hit the TKO. And then Sammy uppercuts him in the lower region, hits the GTS, the GTH, I think he calls his, the go to hell instead of the go to sleep. But basically same thing, but I think they call it go to hell now. They changed it right before CM Punk came in, but I'm pretty sure it was originally called go to sleep when he first was in AEW. Either way, he hits it for the 1, 2, 3. What was good in the middle, there was a TKO on the outside on the ring apron, hardest part of the ring. He TKO'd him there with his legs got caught into the ropes and then dropped them, and that looked really painful. But yeah, Sammy Guevara wins the title for the third straight time, i.e. naming him the new Cody, because this is basically what Cody did. He has now won the title 3 times. I'm pretty sure Cody won it at least 3, if not 4 in the end there. But it just, Scorp was 402 days undefeated. He had 402 days undefeated. They made a point to say that Sammy Guevara ended Miro's streak of being undefeated at 300 and something, and then he turns around and ends Scorpio Sky's streak at 402. I don't know. I love Scorpio Sky. I think this was too soon to take it off of him. He's had it for, a month and a half maybe, if that. But I want to say a month and a half. Let me just, as I'm checking this. That's what I want to say it was. But yeah, it was just a quick, was it like a 15-minute match maybe? The ending was disappointing. They really just turned him into the new Cody Rhodes, and it was just, he held it for over a month. They haven't updated this in a while. Obviously, March 9th is when he won the title, so we're a little over a month, and that's around, it's not 49, so just, what is it, 36 days, 37 days, something like that. He held the title, so he is the shortest reigning champ next to Cody Rhodes' second reign, and third reign. So, yeah, I don't get it. I mean, if you're building up, I think you should have it a little bit longer. But Cody Rhodes, 1, 2, 3. So 3 times. So Cody Rhodes has been the TNT champ 3 times. And now Sammy Guevara, the new Cody Rhodes, is now the champ the 3 straight times. We'll see how long he holds it for. Again, Scorpio didn't hold it that long. What did I say? 9. So 36 days, right? Or 37 days? Yeah, 37 days, depending on how they word that out. It's because he lost on the 16th. So 37-day reign, 36, 37-day reign, however they want to calculate that. And it was short-lived. I don't get it. You let him hold a little bit longer, but having Sammy win the title back again, he has to turn heel to this. He hit the uppercut, the low blow. He hit the low blow. That's just the heel move. It's the Adam Cole move every time. I feel like you have to turn Sammy heel at this point. If he's not, the fans are booing him. The fans don't like him. They don't like the whole him and Ty thing. Like I said, it's basically just Brandy and Cody just changed into Sammy and Ty. Me and Jeff were talking, and I said, wouldn't it be funny if it was all a ruse and Sammy is actually still engaged to Pam and Ty is still married, and this is just all a long game for AEW? Probably not. But I just said it wouldn't be funny if that was the case. But again, it was just it was tough to see him win that again. It wasn't tough. I don't think he needed to win it just yet. If they wanted to win it, okay, cool. But I just think it was a little bit too soon. I think you should have let Scorpio run with the title a little bit longer. As it was as tag champs, were the second shortest reigning tag champs, I want to say. Being him and Frankie were the first two, and I think they were one, not the shortest. FTR definitely was the shortest, which is why I'm assuming FTR will win these titles back soon, and then be the first ever 2-time tag team champions, as well as hold the Ring of Honor tag titles and the AAA all at the same time. I think that's what we're going to end up seeing soon. But then we jump into Jonathan Gresham taking on Dalton Castle, and obviously I've seen Gresham wrestle. I know Dalton Castle's name. I don't ever remember seeing him wrestle, but he's a college wrestler, amateur pro wrestler background, amateur wrestling background, and he put on a show. Him and Gresham just went at it. You had a bunch of dodges. So like they were at one point they were in the corner, and you had a backhand. Which is going to be a chest slap, and Dalton would dodge it and then turn around and try and get it on Gresham, and then Gresham would dodge it, and just back and forth, maybe 10 or 15 times I did that, and then eventually Dalton got on top, ahead on that one, I think it was. But then there was a move on the outside where Gresham came out of the outside. He was throwing Castle back in. Castle held the ropes, swung around a circle, grabbed Gresham by the neck, and then a hurricane rod onto the floor. That was pretty freaking cool. A lot of grappling by both these men. Dalton Castle was the previous Ring of Honor champion of 2019, I want to say it was. He held the title for 192 days. They made a point to say Gresham has basically defended this title 15 times already since winning it in December of 2021, and all over the world and the U.S. In UK, England, they named a whole bunch of places. Ireland, I think, was one as well. So Gresham has been holding the title and defending it since he's had it. But the big angle out of this was after some phenomenal chain wrestling, which the fans were in it and not in it, but they definitely were in this match more than the other two matches of the night. They were definitely chanting Dalton Castle a lot. But he... Jonathan Gresham wins with the octopus lock or whatever they call it. I'm trying to remember, octopus submission or whatever. Basically, it was a full body stretch, and he pulls his arm back and then has head in a lock. It was a crazy looking move. And then he wrenches all the way back to the mat and just pulled Dalton Castle's arm, and he wins. Boom. You get the title. He's still the reigning defender. He's still the reigning champ of Ring of Honor world title. And as soon as that ended, you're like, something's going to happen, which it did. You had Sanjay, Jay Lethal, and I cannot remember this guy to save my life's name, But they all come to the ring. The big, tall Indian dude played for the Dallas Mavericks Summer League team and got cut from the Summer League team in 2015, I want to say it was. But I'm pretty certain he did not play a single game in the NBA, even though they like to talk about that. I'm pretty sure he was drafted by the Dallas Mavericks. He played in the Summer League and just never made it into the actual NBA because they didn't end up signing him. If I remember correctly, I can't remember his name. I apologize. But they come out to attack Jonathan Gresham. They do successfully attack him, obviously. It was Castle, the boys, because Dalton Castle had boys, were on the outside. The big dude choke slams him. Dalton Castle goes to jump out the ring. He choke slams him. He gets in. Him and Gresham are looking at each other. And from behind, Jay attached him on the shoulder. He turns and goes, huh? And then he hits the lethal injection on him. Boom, he's out. I think they were getting ready to powerbomb him at one point or something. And then Lee Moriarty comes down because he was attacked at Ring of Honor Supercard 2 weeks ago, I guess it was. 2 Fridays ago, I mean. Not last Friday, but I'm pretty sure it was 2 Fridays ago. He was attacked because Jay Lethal beat him. Sorry, he didn't attack him, but Jay Lethal uppercut him to beat Lee Moriarty because this is when Jay Lethal made his turn from face to heel, or however you want to call it in AEW, because they're really not all heels and faces, but that sort of thing. Then Matt Sydal, who's been limping around because he got injured in a match, limps down, but then slides into the ring to attack. The guy, gosh, I can't remember his name. It's going to drive crazy. He breaks his crutch. Then Sanjay and Jay Lethal stomp Jay Lethal. And then as he's getting ready to powerbomb Matt Sydal, all of a sudden, whose music hits? But Joe. Samoa Joe's music hit. The crowd goes crazy again. This is probably the most the crowd was actually into this whole night. Down comes Samoa Joe with the TV title in the one hand and a lead pipe in the other hand, getting ready to attack. The big dude was not backing down, was not afraid. But who was afraid? Sanjay and Jay Lethal. They booked it out of the ring. They pulled him out too, said, hey, we got to go. Well, Samoa Joe chases down and smacks Sanjay with the pipe at the very last second as he's diving out the ring, and he lays down. And then, in the beginning, obviously, because it's a Ring of Honor title, they shook hands in the beginning of the match and the end of the match after the match was over, and then that's when they all came out. And then Gresham and Joe look at each other, smash their belts, basically like a high five of their belts to each other, and then they raise their belts up and their hands up as a sign of respect as the other three walk off. And that was the end of that. Then we get to, there was something I'm missing in there. There's a video package for the main event tonight. They talk about all the matches next week, which is a full match card, which, again, I thought Jade was originally defending her title on Dynamite because it's on TBS title, but she's not. She'll be defending it on Friday Night Rampage next week, and there's another match that I'm forgetting on Rampage next week, but that'll be there. We have 2 qualifying matches for the Owen Hart tournament, one for the men, one for the women. Britt Baker, because we'll be in Pittsburgh, she will be back for her first time since losing the title, Thunder Rosa. She'll be going up against Daniela Kamala. I butchered that name. I can't remember, but someone who I haven't seen in AEW, and I watched Dark Elevation. I don't remember seeing her name pop up, but Britt's going to go up against her. And we're getting Jungle Boy against oh my gosh, Jungle Boy against, I just had it in my head. I lost it. But either way, 2 really good matches. Also, we get the coffin match as well with Andrade and Darby Allin, and a couple of the matches that I know I'm missing. We get to the match with Thunder Rosa taking on Nyla Rose. Nyla Rose comes out with paint on her right side of her face, like a spider web. She has spider webs on her arms. I don't know if it was like a Ghost Spider-esque vibe because it was all white spiders, black suit with the white frills on the bottom. So I don't know if it was going with like the Spider-Girl, Ghost Spider, Gwen Stacy type, or if it was just like a Black Widow-ish, not like the Black Widow Marvel character, but like a Black Widow with the spider and the spider nest on her face and the arms and all that stuff. So she came out. The fans really weren't into that. They saw Thunder Rosa come out. Obviously, she had half her face painted. The fans went crazy because, again, she's out of San Antonio. This was in Dallas. So they were all cheering for her. A lot of back and forth. There's some good points. There were a couple what looked like mishaps. But all in all, they both put on a really, really good wrestling match, really good fight, really. Some hard hitting, some hard slapping. It ended with the second, I want to say it was the second or third, but at least the second surprise pin of the week, really. This is the most that I've seen AEW use that pin. But Thunder Rosa hit it with, what was it, a Hurricane Rana into the pin? I think it was a Hurricane Rana into the pin is how she ended up hitting her for the 1, 2, 3. It wasn't like a surprise, but she definitely hit her with the move, and I'm drawing a blank on what it was. I literally just got finished watching the show. But she hit her, beats her for the 1, 2, 3. Again, a lot of back and forth, a lot of possible moments where Nyla Rose could have won because she kept kicking out of one. She went for a beast bomb at one point that got reversed. Thunder Rosa had some submissions on her. All in all, again, it was the fans weren't into this match either. The only match they were really into the most of was the Gresham Castle match. Other than that, the Sammy match, they're really booing the whole time because they didn't like Sammy. They didn't like what he was doing. They were on the fence about this guy. They were cheering for him at one point. But then with Sammy winning, it killed everything. I'm sorry. He is, like I said in the beginning, I'll say it again, he is the new Cody Rhodes. And he is sitting here and the fans aren't liking it. So I'm assuming they're going to turn him heel. I don't think he deserved to win. I don't think he needed to win the title again. I don't think he needs a title. I think they could have kept it on Scorpio Sky a little bit longer. But, it is what it is for now. We'll see what comes of that. If Scorpio ends up getting another shot and wins back, and we get another back and forth like we did with Cody and Sammy at one point. Cody and the late, great Brody Lee. So there were a couple times that it was back and forth. But it was interesting. There was and in that match, I forgot, there was a poor springboard cutter that I can't really blame anybody. I don't know if when Sammy went to hit it, he slipped or not, but he basically missed it. And they were like trying to he hit some of it. But that's why he was able to kick out, because that's why Scorpio was able to kick out, because he didn't hit all of it, because Sammy went for it. And then Scorpio was here, but he was diving this way. So Scorpio had to dive this way with him. So I don't know if Sammy had slipped on the ropes. But again, I mean, you're going to, here and there are stuff like that happens, like I said. So, I'm not taking it away. There was just one of those, I'm still annoyed that he won. No offense. And I love Sammy Guevara. I just don't think he needs the title. But if they want to do this, it's turn him heel. I kind of get it. Maybe they're going to turn the Men of the Year face. But, I mean, the fans don't really like them either. They just were cheering for them more because they just don't like Sammy Guevara and what he's doing right now with just his persona and, I guess his real life. But yeah, that was it. We had one title change tonight. We had two title changes the entire week. One with Samoa Joe winning the Ring of Honor television title, and then Sammy Guevara win the TNT title. Other than that, everyone else kept their titles this week. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Go back if you haven't, and you can watch my Rampage review from yesterday. Also yesterday, Jeff and myself did the All Elite crate unboxing for the third time. This is crate number 3. Before they drop number 4, whenever they end up dropping, I think July 5th, I said it was. So they're quarterly boxes. So we do those videos as well. So I'm going to go back and check that out. But again, we appreciate everyone tuning in and, sticking with us through all this. So until next Wednesday, maybe Tuesday, if I do a Dark Elevation review. I know I've been lapsing those last 4 weeks or so, but it just hasn't been. Just been kind of the same stuff, so I wasn't really sure about putting those out. But you'll see us back here next Tuesday or Wednesday for our Dynamite, or Thursday for our Dynamite review from Wednesday night, where we will be in Pittsburgh for the 2 matches for the Kyle O'Reilly. That's who it is. Jungle Boy versus Kyle O'Reilly. I knew I'd remember it eventually. In the men's side and the women is Britt Baker taking on Honestly, I can't remember her name. I haven't seen her in AEW, and I could be wrong, but I watch all Dark and Dark Elevation, but I haven't remember seeing her come up, as well as the coffin match and everything else. So we will be back next week for that. And again, Battle of the Belts just was there again. It really wasn't what I was hoping for. I'm assuming what most people hope for. The first Battle of the Belts really wasn't all that. This one wasn't really all that. But I think it was more the fans on this one as it was the matches, minus that first one. Take out that Sammy Scorpio match. Even though it was a great match, I just didn't like the end result. But the Thunder Rosa match I thought was really, really good. The Thunder Rosa Nyla Rose match, and I really thought the Jonathan Gresham and Dalton Castle was a really, really good, just pure wrestling match that they put on. Even though it wasn't for the pure title, didn't mean that, but like it was just a really good like takedown type maneuvers and stuff like that. So again, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we will see you next week. Take care, everyone. Peace.